Hey there, folks! Welcome back yet again to another episode of Taku Katsu, the anime review podcast where we look at a show's first episode and let you know what we like about it, what we don't, and if we'll watch it again. This is hosted with my friends Patrick.
How's it going, guys?
And Cori.
I've waited a month after waiting another month. This is some bullshit. I object. We should have more podcasts ready for the people who listen, and I only know of 2 of them. Thank you.
Yep, thank you to our 2 listeners who've been waiting for the grand return of us. And myself, Vicky. This week's episode was, this month's episode was Requiem of the Rose King, Baraou no Souretsu. A short rundown of it is basically a anime version retelling of Shakespeare's Henry the Sixth and Richard the Third.
Yes.
The War of the Roses, essentially, is the idea here.
Yes, it is War of the Roses, historical reenactment, but with a twist, which I like when they twist it up.
All I'm saying is, at minute 10, what did you think?
I can't remember what happened 10 minutes in.
Yeah, all right, I got you.
I know.
I told you before you watched it. I was like, at minute 10, you're going to be like, yep, this is my show.
Yeah, there definitely was parts that grabbed me.
Look, there are more than the minute 10. There are a couple other moments going in as well.
You might say there was there were more than one part that gravitationed you.
Oh, jeez.
Well played. Well, we'll start off with what we liked about it. Cori, what did you like about it?
Oh, hell.
Yeah, Cori.
Let's see what I wrote down, because I sure as hell didn't write that much. Let's see. When I watched this anime a month ago, I said 10 minutes in, I think I know why Vicky likes this. That's what I wrote. Because at 10 minutes, the main character, whose pronoun I cannot tell you because they have not told me what it is, was getting some very careful attention by, I don't even remember, a butler? Was it a knight? What was going on? I forgot already.
He prevented him from trying to stab himself, I think, right?
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah. And it was very, stylistic. It wasn't like, oh, don't hurt yourself. It was like, I love you.
It was a very intimate intervention of something from happening.
Yep. So that was something. So it's here's what I wrote, because I don't remember. Now I have very rose-colored tinted memory of this. I was like, yeah, it's fine. I said it was very mediocre.
What?
That's what I said. I wrote it down. It's very mediocre. Okay, here's my pun. You ready? All right.
Okay,
this is either terrible or hilarious. You ready? We all know a different anime, so I called this Intersex Shakespeare. It's like interspecies reviewers, but Shakespeare intersex. Anyway, spoiler. The main character isn't a boy, but is a boy, but is not a boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even if you look up anything about the series, it tells his son, because he goes by him pronouns, and he's the son of Lord of York, Duke of York, one of the Roses.
Yes, York.
I did Wikipedia the War of the Roses after watching this.
I should.
Because I was like, now I'm curious. Now I'm super curious.
Right,
yeah.
Me too.
I would say the anime has proved its point that this was an interesting period of time to animeify. So,
I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean, you got this, and then you've got Count of Monte Cristo, and then I guess Arena's Space Cosmonaut.
Only by technicality.
Right.
Technicality.
Which are all true.
All right. So let's pass it back. Patrick, what did you like?
I loved Baby Richard and the White Boar.
I know.
They were the best.
So
they were cute. They were the best. I was like, man, I don't like his character that he's grown up into, but of course they need to make him a little bit crazy, war-driven, like, fighter type. But obviously, that's just to subvert our changes that he will become what he will become in the future. Because baby Richard III is great, He's got his little circle head. It's like, it's such a, like, it's just such contrast with what the adults look like. And the whiteboard. Yeah. And the whiteboard is also like, it feels like he's like the animal is like just plopped in there as a mascot for no reason. And then like everyone else looks normal. I'm like, what is this? What kind of red herring is this this thing? Yeah.
I agree.
I can't.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I really don't. I'm like,
you blocked out the best part.
I don't remember any of it.
How can you block out the best part of his little baby Richard? And,
was this like the first 5 minutes of the anime or something?
Yeah.
It's just flashback. He's like he's having a flashback about his mother and when he was a child and like how he got his whiteboard and little pet board, I guess.
Then it helps him out later on.
Exactly. See, it's funny. Cori, there's a reason why you blocked that out because there are other important things you need to remember.
Okay.
I guess I have to blame Utena for this, but anything about roses, and I swear to God, if they started to spin, I would have been like, damn it. But anything with roses.
Okay.
Now that you said it, here's my one negative that I said. This is Shakespeare Utena.
Yeah.
That's it. That's I was like, this is why I don't like it. It's Shakespeare Utena.
It's not. It might be a coincidence, but obviously, like the person who wrote this is like, there's roses, and then the main character is neither male or female, or it has body parts of male and female. Like I still don't know. As a first episode, I don't know what this character's all about. But he might be a girl, might be a boy. I don't know.
This character's all about putting her spear or his whatever. This character is putting his spear in that other dude.
Well,
Henry.
Yep.
Henry.
I mean that. I mean exactly what I said.
He's definitely going to be getting head from Henry.
Oh, yikes. All right.
Or at least a head. One way or the other.
See, what Vicky means to say is that he needs to kill Henry. He needs to chop off his head because in order for
he wants to use his spear to give him just the tip.
There's a lot of daddy vibes. I gotta worship my dad. I gotta do this for my dad. I gotta get some head for the dad.
He's very much like, I'll kill even God for you, Dad. Like he's
got some issues there. Some obsessions.
Yeah. I will say the characterization was strong with that particular character and the other guy. The two main characters. There's some strong characterization.
Basically black
strong
and white.
Choices made.
Yep. Basically black and white. Like no seriously. Like baby like Richard the kid Richard III. He's like black and he's all like I need to kill. I need to go to war. This is good. And then literally Henry's the opposite. He's like, when you see him, he sheds a tear for no reason. And he's like, I'm the shepherd. I'm like, why? Why did he do that? And he's like, so like, he obviously doesn't like war. He's not a king anymore. He's like, I'm just a shepherd flocking my sheep. And I don't know. It's very on the nose, but like Cori said, they are very strong characterizations, right? Like they stick out. Everyone else is like, whatever,
It's very Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Gets the point across.
Yeah.
I just gotta say, what was that?
No, that was pretty much it. I was like, the characters are strong, whether you like it or not. They do stick in your mind for some parts.
Yeah.
Vicky, what about you?
Loved all of it.
Of course.
From like the beginning with the little baby Richard looking up to his dad to like the fever dream of like the animation of like his birth and like this prophecy, which I don't remember or think I've ever seen the actual plays these are based on, but I just gotta imagine that is very Shakespeare of like you are an omen on this land, and that's how they theatricized it. And then the boar with the little circle eyes, so cute. How do you not love that? I like it.
I've been watching Demon Slayer. That's pretty cool. It's got a boar in it.
Stop.
It's got a Bishojo with a boar head. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Or Bishonen. My bad.
Yeah,
Bishonen.
It is interesting that there's like bishis in this, and then you just got Richard, who's kind of plainish and just always in black, like a medieval emo kid.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's got like long, blonde, white hair, and he's just like
mid-emo.
Like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Patrick, what don't you like about this?
Well, I think me and Cori would have a lot of things you don't like about it. Let me say it. I'll just say, like, it's interesting. I mean, it is interesting. I was like, this is, you know, based off of, you know, whatever Shakespeare, and like, there's a little bit trying to play with the history and all stuff, but it is clearly not a show for me. I will say, after watching the episode, I still don't know what's going on. Like, I know there's a war. His dad, well, the York and Lanchesters are warring against each other. But let me say I don't really know what the story is going to be about. Because it's just like, they set up plot lines for, you know, Richard and Henry. But it's like, the war is finished. All right. Like, I don't know what's going to happen in the future of this episode. I can't predict. Like, I don't know who the main character is going to go shift to. Henry and Richard, obviously. Like, if you watch Dragon Ball, you get what it's about. It's fighting. It's about Goku becoming stronger. All that stuff. Pokemon's about catching Pokemon. This show, I really don't know, because they do that twist where he's like not really a man or woman. So I'm like they touched upon it, but like, is that going to be a bigger part? I assume so.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what is Utena about?
You know, in the school,
he's just also a prince.
Yeah. The school is like a dream world, though, so you can be anything.
I'm just saying, this is Shakespeare Utena. There are parallels, it is and I don't have to draw them because they're clear.
yeah,
I do like that.
Yeah, it's a nice. Yeah. It's well said. But what I don't like about the show is, I think since I don't really know what the show is about, I feel like I shouldn't watch it, because the more I watch it, the more I'm going to contrite it with the actual Shakespeare. Like I'm going to confuse the real and the fiction, because, you know, it is a story in itself. So yeah, maybe I should go revisit the actual thing first before I dive into it, because it's like, if you didn't know people, Russia sent people to the moon, and you watch Irina first, you're like, they were vampires, and so you would confuse that at first.
So you want to know what they're twisting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I need to know what they're twisting to make sense, you know?
It's not that people believe that we didn't go to the moon. It's that we're confused that we did try to go to the moon.
Yes.
It's like, wait, but there were vampires, right?
Right, yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, it's kind of simple, because War of the Roses, I know that's a thing. I know Shakespeare, but I don't know the actual story, so I need to know context of why. Like, to me, if I watch this, I'm like, holy crap, Richard was a demon child?
Yep.
That was a thing? And that's how it feel like.
I gotta be fair. I did have a moment where I was like, wait a minute. Was that really what happened? And I'm like, no, there's no way.
No. It's not too far from the truth where a lady could have been cross-dressed as a man in order for this hidden daughter of Richard and like wanted to become king.
Absolutely.
Like Joan of Arc is clearly like that. And wait, hold on. Joan of Arc is evil?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, let's jump into that.
Like what?
Okay. So, just really, 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 really broad thing about England and France, just to, because I'm not a historian by any right.
Right.
So, for a very long time, the rulers of England were French, but they were not the French. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, they spoke French in England as the court language, I believe, for a while. I don't know how long. Additionally, one of the reasons that England was a little bit hesitant to get into World War II is because the royal family is, generally speaking, of German descent.
Sure.
So that was a conflict back in 1940 or 30 something. Anyway, so there's a lot of weird French English back and forth because people are trying to be the ruler of France and England, or the ruler of England and France. And England was a backwater for a long time. In part because it's an island, in part because the Romans got there later, and all the other stuff that happens because you're an island nation compared to France, which is huge and connected to the rest of the continent and has more land mass and all the other stuff that comes with being connected with people, good and bad. And so England was ruled by, effectively, French kings for a long time. And so Joan of Arc was not exactly friend or foe. It was just another problem, but it was in France.
Gotcha. Because when he was like French witch, I was like, how does he know who Joan of Arc is? And why is Joan of Arc even talking to English peeps? Makes sense now.
But I couldn't give you any more than that because my knowledge of that stuff is super vague and about as sharp as my memory of this anime. So, did you not like anything about this show at all? Did you just love it all? Was it great for you? Yeah.
The brothers were like just annoying to me because they were like, "Oh, Richard, ah ha ha ha," and it's like, do y'all not see the turmoil in this boy-child person? Like, and they're just like, "La la, everything's all fine. Don't fret your little head." And he's just fretting his head, fretting his whole body.
Yeah, like the side characters are like, again, you only care about Richard and Henry. Everyone else is like whatever, and then possibly the dad, but otherwher it's just those
Richard,
two.
Not Richard.
Yeah, there's
Henry,
crying as soon as he turns around.
The characters, all the other characters are not very interesting.
Yeah,
they're very background.
They're one dimensional.
It's obvious who you're watching this for.
You know?
And then I did not appreciate the creepy vibes from that one dude in red, I think.
Ooh, that was my boy. He was like, okay, that scene. He had the chains and like the guy Richard was like.
I was like,
man,
let's find out the
secret.
Well, I was just like, come on, so early, come on.
Yeah, there's some bad vibes there.
Yeah.
Is that the guy who got killed?
He did get killed.
He tried to kill him.
Oh, he ran
killed
away.
him.
He missed.
Should have stabbed him.
Oh, yeah, those were some creepy, Yep,
the creepy guy in red.
And I bet it's going to come back and bite Richard.
He's a woman.
What did you not like, Cori?
I said it. It's Shakespeare Utena.
But see, I felt the Utena vibes, and for real, if the roses started spinning, I would have been like,
"Oh my god!" I would have stopped watching. I would have been like, "I'm done. I'm not."
For the revolution.
I'm not going to be tricked again.
A chicken that doesn't get broken out of its shell dies, or whatever the crap these quotes are stuck in my head. Dun, 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 dun. All right.
See, it's impactful and it sticks. It resonates with people.
It is.
Okay. But
right.
Look, I like music, but I can't hear the same music for 5 minutes without interruption. Every episode, it's just a little much. Just a little bit.
They started cutting it down a little bit.
Yeah, and then there was that cowbell episode.
That was your final straw.
Does not need more cowbell. Jesus.
Well, I'm certainly going to watch more of it. I didn't because I wanted to just stay fresh on the one. What about you guys?
I honestly think that if you told me, now again, I take your particular views with a large grain of salt. But if you honestly told me that you finished the show and it was like really good, and you could like tell me what made it good, I think I could watch another episode or two to give it a shot. But I am not interested, but I'm not disinterested. Like I said, I feel like it was very mediocre. And the thing about very mediocre is I've watched worse, and I've finished worse.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I could probably be like, yeah, this is fine. I'll watch it. I'm not recommending it to many people, but if you like Utena, if you are into alternate, or at least, like your history, but slightly different twist, or, you're just kind of fanciful use of a creative license of retelling of history, then this is probably not terrible. But again, the other side characters have not been interesting yet.
I think it interested me to actually do research and like go look at the story, like the original source, before I dive into this, because again, I don't want this to be experienced like my first, like, this is how it should be. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's like, should I watch? It's sort of like watching Fullmetal Alchemist or Brotherhood. It's like I would experience like a good telling first before I watch the alternative. Because if I watch this as it is, I'm like, and then I go do research and be like, wait a minute, that's a weird choice. Why did they? I don't know. I guess I don't know. That's a weird take, right? Like, if you watch an anime, would you rather watch that historical change without no previous knowledge, or would you want to be like, oh, I want to be in the new, and want to be in the news because I will get all the references that they're going to,
Okay,
and
this may or may not be a good metaphor for it, or a simile, I guess. Would you feel like it was weird to watch the Japanese live action Spider-Man first and then be introduced to American Spider-Man later?
That is
that the comparison weird. We're talking about?
Yeah,
because for those who don't know about 1970 something Japanese Spider-Man. All right, I'm gonna tell you a lot of stuff that you don't need to know. All right, get ready. Here's the education portion of our program. Thank you, PBS. Okay, so Japanese Spider-Man is the first. I'm 90% sure of this. He is the first creation of a giant robot you could summon. Before Power Rangers or Kamen Rider or anything. I'm 80 to 90% sure it was Japanese Spider-Man, because Japanese Spider-Man is not Peter Parker, of course. He's got a Japanese name, but he's an alien.
Yeah, Japanese Spider-Man was really old, so it's
super weird.
It's super weird.
Super weird. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
YouTube some clips.
I love Spider-Man.
You'll be amazed that YouTube some clips. Look it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
want to see people with their magic transforming things and they're summoning their Zords? Yeah. Japanese Spider-Man, 1977, baby.
See,
that's so old.
That's a great comparison. I want to experience Spider-Man, the
original Spider-Man,
the Stan Lee Spider-Man. Let me just get some of those things first, and then be like, okay, how is Japanese going to take its twist? Oh, that's a good, interesting choice. Yeah. But at least I'll know Spider-Man could do web shots. He can crawl like a spider. All those things. Oh
my God! Yeah, he like fights like demons and ninjas. Like it's completely not Spider-Man. It's so weird.
Well. It majorly sounds like you two would watch with caveats.
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Patrick needs to read a couple things or watch a play.
Right.
I need you to be like, this show is better than 86. And I'll be like, all right.
I send you a salt lamp and I'm like, here you go. Watch it.
Well, that's Vicky's opinion.
Okay, let me just say this, though. I finally have a date. April 22nd. Shield Hero returns. Super excited. Also, because it's February, and we were supposed to record last month, I've been watching Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer has been great. The animation has been great. And that's pretty much all the anime I've watched. I tried to watch anime, and I couldn't, because I couldn't record, and I was like, if I watch too many things, because there's stuff I want to watch. I want to watch the super crazy weird mushroom anime. I want to watch Saibiki Bisco or Saibikui.
Oh, Saibikui Bisco. Oh yeah.
I kind of want to watch Link Click, which is like 2 seasons ago now. I kind of want to watch My Dress Up Darling, because I think Vicky's not going to care at all, and Patrick and I are going to be like, "Yep, that's waifu bait all day long."
I was like looking at that My Dress Up Darling. I was like, "Damn it! I don't think I should watch this."
Exactly.
I clearly distinctly said, "Don't watch this show."
There's one reason. It's because she is like hitting all the receptors. Just like
it is basically.
And I haven't seen the show.
Come on,
but you're just like, fuck. That's
no.
Oh, so I only want to watch it because I think I'm gonna love. It's gonna be one of those like love hate relationships where I'm like, I don't really care, but I really love this show.
I feel like I hate it already.
Yeah.
yeah. I don't think you're gonna. I don't think it's your bag at all. Fantasy v Shoujo. We are watching that. The one where the dude gets turned into a girl. This is too much.
Oh
you gotta watch that.
We'll pick that one for sure.
You said Ranking of Kings, so Osama King.
Yep, I want to watch
that. Somebody had mentioned Komi-san last time. I had mentioned Heimke. I might just not even do that one because I watched one episode by myself. I might just watch it on my own. Way of the House Husband. I think we are all on board on that one. And then there's some older ones that we probably never watched, like Mars Red, Tokyo Revengers.
Right.
So, and I think there's maybe one other that I've been hearing about. I'm like, maybe. But yeah, My Dress Up Darling is kind of like the
guilty pleasure.
Yeah, that's the word. Yep.
Yeah.
The opposite of a judgment-free zone. All judgment.
All judgment.
Yes.
All
judgment.
Yeah.
All judgment
Is free. Because here it comes.
Yeah. Yep.
No, there's some weird stuff next season, so I'm sure we'll have some time to kind of explore, some of these animes. So
maybe I'll make Vicky watch episode 1 of Shield Hero, and then she'll completely be uninterested, and then Shield Hero will come out, and I'll be like, so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Mushoku Tensei came out, and that was awesome, and it ended, and now I'm just going to wait forever because. And then Bleach is probably coming back at some point in the future.
What?
Yeah, they brought it. They're bringing it back. It's given the full Inuyasha treatment.
It's Bleach, but now it's like Latch.
I was gonna say
the Naruto treatement.
Is bleached. It's not called Bleach, is it?
Bleach.
Or is it called Bleach?
No ED. I guess the second continuation should just have an ED for no reason.
Yeah, that's saying Bleach is the first season, and Bleach is ED, like bleached.
Bleached.
Like they just washed that out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! Yeah, it's clean now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's called Cori.
I
kind of like that now.
Big
I kind
brain.
of like that more now
Big
that you
brain.
said it. I like it now. Oh, okay. So, since we've only got a little bit of time, since Vicky's on the deadline, and I'd rather record than never record, clearly by my frustration, angst, and rage, let's kind of just do a little bit more meandering. What are some other either anime you've watched that are like based on something, like Kanto Monte Cristo, or, and this is where you have to get creative, what is a historical event you would like to see as an anime? And then what twist would you throw in to make it more fun? So I'll give you a little bit of time. I did watch Count of Monte Cristo some years ago on Netflix, and I found it slow and confusing because I had never read the Count of Monte Cristo. But eventually, because everybody's like, oh, it's really good. And it's very pretty. It's a very interesting art style, the anime, which is, I think the anime is called Ganketsuo something, Count of Monte Cristo or something. And it is really good. Like, once you get invested, it's great. But I do think that's a situation where it's like, if I would have read the book, I would have known where it was going. But I had no idea what was going on. And there were giant robots that did nothing. Like, they were in it, they were used, but they had nothing to do with the entire story. At all. Seven Samurai versus Samurai 7 is the Akira Kurosawa film. And they made an anime based on the film. And the anime is one of my favorite. First off, it's one of my favorite. But it's one of my favorite samurai anime of all time. And there are a lot of good samurai anime. It's just really good. It took a 2-hour movie and it made it I won't say better because that's an insult to Akira Kurosawa. But it made it was a fantastic adaptation of a classic movie which has been remade and restyled 1,000 times. Not Magnificent Seven, that's different. I can't remember. But Akira Kurosawa. He made a good movie, and then the people in Japan said, let's make a 26 episode anime out of it. And they were robots, and they were awesome. The art was awesome. It was really good use of CGI that didn't make it look bad even 10 years later. Just great storytelling as an anime. It's one of those things that when you get something that has good writing and you make it an anime, it's really good anime versus you make a good anime and the writing's good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So the difference between a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and My Hero Academia. Mm-hmm. So did I give you enough time, or should I come up with something I think of?
I've got one. The only one I could really truly think of is Tanya the Evil, with its retelling of World War One,
except with magic,
or World War Two. It's one of the World Wars.
It's more like World War One, but it's not super clear. And what, Tanya the Evil's 12 episodes?
Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot. They didn't really dig into it too much.
Mm-hmm. I just know it was a Germany-esque country that she's part of the military, or wanted to get into the military of, and then is turning the tides. Plus, there's magic, but turning the tides of this parallel history line.
What a psychotic plan, too.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't join the military, I'll die and starve. If I join the military, I might die, but if I don't, I'll become so successful I can't die, but then I don't.
And I think it was all in a bid to go against being X, which is what she calls God.
Because Tanya the Evil because Tanya the Evil is the most special isekai of all isekai.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I don't know. That's a good question. I really like that question because now I'm just thinking maybe there hasn't been. I mean, there are anime that play around with the history and past. I don't know. I thought that one you mentioned that sounds fun, as well. But when you said World One or Tanya the Evil, I was I just thought Greater Than Fireflies, but that's not really a twist. It's just a depiction of an actual historical event, right? Yeah. So I know that there's anime that depict historical events, but as for having their twists, their own twist, that's kind of hard for me to think of because I can only think of ones that are actually just actually predict or portray a historical event versus taking liberties this anime was or Time of the Evil or even Irina the Vampire. Yeah, it's a good question. It's a fun one too because I'm trying to think of the other part, which is what other historical events would you want there to be anime of, and what twist would it be? I mean, that's basically making an anime. What anime would I want?
I'd like to see an anime about ancient Egypt vampires. That'd be cool.
I got you.
Give me
I was about to say. That's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Season 3. Come on. Well, that's
time for me to watch JoJo.
Yeah, JoJo.
Look, as much as I do not like JoJo, I have watched JoJo. All right.
Yes.
I still have to watch the rest of JoJo. But anyway, whatever. Torture myself.
To get on the JoJo train.
Get on the JoJo train. Then you can start doing your poses for no reason. Man.
Ooh.
Yes.
Freaking ripples. Okay, so I like to at least challenge the status quo now and again. So I would love. Get ready. You're ready.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize for anybody who thinks this is bad. I want them to do an anime about Jesus.
And
then
there's a manga.
Is
that manga where Jesus and Buddha are best
Jesus
friends?
and Buddha.
Yeah. Okay,
that's
let's just
an
make
anime
that.
too.
Animate that. I'm
Wait,
good.
that
I
is
it.
Really?
Yeah,
No
I've
way.
seen it. Yeah, it's so funny.
Okay, here's the thing. Me personally, I'm they don't have the balls to animate this. It's so weird. I don't know why would they animate it, but I don't know. The premise. Come on now.
I can't remember what it's called, but it's Jesus and Buddha in modern day, just living life.
Oh my God.
Okay. Now I need to think of something else because that wasn't clearly shocking enough for Japan. The land that makes anime out of chess, shogi, baking competitions.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yakate, Japan.
Oh, Japan.
Japan. Let's see. What's a
can be anime,
historical
it
event?
is anime.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just say this. I don't need them to do anything that has anything to do with black people because they're going to find a way to offend me.
Oh,
so
they
I'm
made
good.
the Black Samurai, right? But they made it like all robots and weird stuff. Remember?
Afro Samurai or a different?
No, there was another one recently. Like, last year we talked about it.
Yes. Because I have a book.
Yasuke?
Yasuke.
Yasuke, yeah,
Yeah.
Yasuke.
Yeah, they fucked that up. They made, because my complaint was at the time, and you can go back and find that if you want, but my complaint at the time was, if I watched this and didn't know there was literally a black samurai, I would think, oh, this is fake. Because everything else about it is fake as hell. And they just went to the moon with it.
That's exactly how I feel with watching War of the Roses. Like, I'm just thinking, this is fake. This didn't happen. But then it was based on something that, whatever the story. So for me, when you watch Yasuke, it's like this same effect. I'm like, no, I need to be in the know first. Like, I wanted, it's weird because, like, if you want to do historical, you're just like, oh, this is educational. I'm learning. But if you don't know the twist, or if there's no twist, you're kind of like, disinterested in it.
Okay. This is a too soon type of thing, but I don't care. I want them to do an anime, Obama versus Trump. So it's going to have giant robots. It's going to be a Gundam anime.
Obamatron.
Transformers. Obama meets the eye. that would be some crazy nonsense.
They would animate it.
Oh man, they would. It'd be terrible though. It'd probably be cheap. Probably be really cheap anime. Also, solo leveling. Give it to me.
Oh my god. You're gonna have to wait a couple years. Sorry.
Yeah, probably. All I can only hope is that before the stuff that came out on Webtoon for Crunchyroll, before that came out, they were already putting money into an anime for solo level. They just didn't tell anybody. Because I feel like after those Webtoons kind of like did okay or worse, that they're like, no, we don't want to make any more Korean-made anime. Because solo leveling is good. And while I've listened to Giguk say that solo leveling is good, but also not really, I disagree. And I really just want solo leveling to be an anime, and I want it to be beautiful.
But here's the thing, Cori. Could this possibly be one of your guilty pleasures?
No.
And be a trash fire.
No. I know my trash fires very well. Is
there a father-daughter connection in that anime?
No.
Okay, we're good. We're covered. We're fine, right?
Nope.
It's good. It's a good show.
There is no objectionable material unless you are Japanese and you do not like your entire country being destroyed by monsters because your strongest people were bastards. Which is why Japan won't animate it.
I mean,
I'm just saying, I want what I want, and I can't get it, and I understand, and I'm going to keep buying their stuff, and hoping that they're like, people in America are buying it, so let's make an anime for the Americans.
Well, before I forget, shout out to our YouTube commenter, Charles E. Robinson, commenting on our episode for Mikaku City Actors. Thank you so much for the interaction. You had a lot of great points and a lot of cool information that even I didn't know as the host of that episode. So yeah, thank you so much. I don't think any of us have watched another episode since.
I watched one episode. I watched a second episode, and then I have not gone back. I'm not against going back, but I also am not obviously trying to go back either. So
yeah, it's just hard to go back, isn't it? It's like we're moving forward with so many new ones or ones we haven't seen that
I disagree.
Going back and you blow through anime like nothing.
I mean, look, if it's good enough to watch in the background, it's got a chance. It's got a chance of me watching it. But if it's really good, I will either like marathon it or I will like put it on my schedule, my mental schedule of like boom, 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 boom. Like Idaten killed that thing. I destroyed that anime. I want to watch it again. I just haven't done that yet. Shield Hero. I can't wait. Mushoku Tensei, that is a guilty pleasure. That is a trash fire made out of diamonds. Like it's really good. It's a really good show, and then they just keep reminding me that these are children.
It's the Dotson levels. They come back in. Those vibes.
Wait, you two don't even know what happens in the last episode.
No, we don't. No.
Do you want to know? You want to know?
I'm gonna watch it eventually. I just gotta make sure no one's home.
I'm gonna get to it.
Okay,
I will.
I will watch it.
So I'll say this: if they were adults, it would have been like super poignant, but they weren't. So every now and again, I was like, "But they're not adults." That's just I didn't. I didn't. Yeah.
Well, let me ask this: were they adults for the time, like adult enough for the? Like
Mushoku Tensei?
Like, you know, like how back in the day people got married at 13 because life expectancy was 20. Were they adult enough to be counted as like, you are now part of the workforce? Or
well, his arms are crossed.
Okay, by your statement, I will say yes, but I say that only as a response to your specific statement.
Okay. So, one question. How old is Rudy?
I think he's 13.
Okay, just check.
Oh.
See, like that's a good check. You gotta make sure ask what age.
And she's 14.
Rudy? Okay.
Yeah, I figured it was some like Romeo and Juliet vibes, like the old Italian one where it was. You don't even want to know. It was crazy. They made us watch it in school.
Italian. Oh,
it was wild. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as they only kissed.
Well.
The screen goes to black. Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm good.
Anyway, thanks for the comment.
Yeah.
That was great. Thank you, Charlie. I will actually I'm still interested in listening to the anime. I mean, listening to the music because there's a lot of music of that show. So.
Okay. Wait. Sorry. Assassin Family. I'm gonna write that down. I don't know when it's coming out, but I'm watching that show. I'm watching that show. Unless it's terrible.
The little daughter, right? And the father assassin? Yes. I want to watch that too.
The daughter is a psychic. The father is an assassin, and the mother is like a something else, like a bounty hunter or a ninja or something. But they're not married. It's not their kid. They're called Assassin Family because they're together as a convenient cover story for each other. Oh, I want to see. I heard the manga. I was like, I need this as an anime. It was, and I'm like, I'm down. It's coming out. Amazing. I don't know when. But then there's the other assassin show, and I don't remember what it's called.
It's called Koroshi I, which is what we'll be watching next week.
Yeah!
Let's go. It's this. It's been this season. It's it just was released like last month in January. Nice. So, Koroshi I. It's like it is another assassin anime. Maybe, hopefully, better than
maybe.
No magic involved. Maybe, but
no, it may not be good. I don't know, but I want to. I remember wanting to see it. I'm so glad Patrick picked it because I'm 100% gonna pick Saibuki Bisco. But I really I have 6 things. I'm like, I want to watch this and this, and I've just held off.
Right, no, there's some good picks that I want to revisit as well. So, but I think
we're gonna get to it.
We'll get to something recent. So we'll save the old stuff whenever things die down. We'll go back to the old stuff, but let's get some recent stuff in.
We got some goodies coming for y'all. You can keep or catch up with us on Taku Katsu Podcast at Podbean or iTunes. We're on Taku Katsu Podcast on YouTube. You can email us otakukatsupodcast@gmail or tweet us at 0takukatsu pod. 0 Takukatsu or 0 Takukatsu podcast. You'll find us. We're everywhere.
Find us everywhere.
Look, we're the only one that's still active who uses the words that we said. Man, I'm so mad I can't take that from anyone else on YouTube.
Yep. That's how Markiplier became Markiplier Games, but he kind of messed his own self up. His older cat. Non-anime related. Anyway,
we don't do that here. We only talk about Japanese stuff.
Right, we
never
only talk
anything
about
else.
anime. Exactly.
Definitely
I
not
met
Donald Trump versus Obama anime in giant mechas while we discuss the War of the Roses.
Look, Trump-tron sounds amazing, guys.
Trump-tron!
Trump-tron, it sounds amazing.
Okay, I got it. Here's what it is. All right, we got a minute before Vicky leaves. All right, you take Transformers, Beast Wars, right? Everybody remember Transformers, Beast Wars?
Yes.
Okay, you take that same logic where they just kind of redo it, and now it's Transformers, Obamatron versus Trumptron, and you know who Megatron is. You know who what's it called? Optimus Prime is. I don't have to spell it out for you. You can also tell what our politics are if you listen to our podcast for more than 2 hours.
Can they?
Go!
You'd be surprised.
This is an anime that only Japan could make because America wouldn't touch it.
Yes.
Of course not.
Only no.
It'd be great. It'd be great. I would hate watch this because it can't be good. It couldn't be good. I would watch it though. It's great.
Well, signing out.
Nope. Who would be Starscream? What politician would be Starscream? Pick one.
Oh my goodness.
Starscream was annoying, right?
Starscream was the one who always tried to betray Megatron. Always. Okay, and then just because I'm an asshole, guess who Bumblebee is? Ted Cruz. Guess who Bumblebee is? Biden. Biden is Bumblebee.
Oh my goodness.
Bumblebee didn't eventually become leader.
No, he didn't.
No, Bumblebee's too cool. Bumblebee has
should
to be
be Bernie.
Yeah,
Bernie Sanders is Bumblebee?
Yeah.
That is an insane twist. I like it anyway. I don't care.
It's not.
It also
burn.
It also helps that the letters line up a little better. Anyway, I would say Mitch McConnell is Starscream.
Oh, Starscream. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. I will shut up now. I love having you two to talk to for at least 30 minutes. I've got too much energy, and I'm gonna make it talk. So I'm just.
You guys, remember, I apologize, guys. Everyone, I apologize. Remember, rule number 1, we don't talk about politics.
Oh, sorry.
No, we don't talk about something else, all right? And then we added a second thing we don't talk about.
That's rule number 2.
Then we add a third thing we don't talk about.
Episode 2,
we don't.
Second rule, we don't do that.
We don't. Yep. We do not talk about that or that or that, Vicky.
There's things we no longer talk about. That was season 1 things.
That was season
1. Yeah. We're done. Look, I have a good friend who doesn't like it when we talk about one of those things anyway. I don't even know if that good friend listens to the podcast anymore because we kept talking about it. We don't talk about it. Or the other one or the other one. I'm sorry, I kept talking. I'm done.
Well, guys, it's been great getting back after our life hiatus for various reasons. But this has been our wonderful host, Cori, including Patrick.
See you later, guys.
And Cori. And myself, Vicky. Thank you all for joining us on our show and listening. Let us know what you think in the comments, and we'll talk to you later.
And bye watch Koroshi Ai.
Koroshi Ai, next episode.
Bye.